Ibanez has finally listened to us. And I have proof of that in this box right here. About a year ago, I made this statement.
See, Ibanez, see, like, this is all we want. This is all guitar players want. Like, just, it's so simple. It's black and gold hardware. And then with that pearl on the headstock, it just tops the whole thing off beautifully.
And more or less, what I was saying is that it's ridiculous at that point that we had not seen a stock Ibanez AZ with gold hardware. Not in the Prestige line, and also something that wasn't too far away from the standard AZ platform in some way. They did have one model, they might still have one model, that has a really nice kind of flame top look, but it does not have the Hyperion pickups. I believe it's a HSH configuration, which is cool for some, but I feel like is not the like heart and soul of the AZ line. It's the heart and soul of an Ibanez line, right? DiMarzio HSH setup is great, almost all Ibanez's. But the thing that I think a lot of us like about the AZ line is that we learned that Ibanez could also do it this way, you know? It's like they were so good at the other way for so long, but we found out that they could do it this way too. Just to give you a little more context really quick, this AZ right here has been my main guitar for quite some time now. Recently, I've been back on playing Les Pauls a little bit more live, but when it comes to being in a studio or going to a gig that I'm not really sure what type of guitar I'll need, pretty much this has been on stage with me everywhere I've gone for the better part of maybe 2 years now. This guitar was for a video with my friends at Sweetwater where I reviewed the guitar, but I also put the Scott LePage Fishman Fluence pickups in it. You couldn't put pickups with gold poles in this guitar when it came stock with silver hardware. And for reference, this guitar originally looked like this. And that's still a great looking guitar, but I really wanted gold hardware. So I ended up having to get the gold hardware off of Reverb, off of what I think was one of the Scott LePage models. And now we don't have to do that. So you let me know if you think that Ibanez watched my video about this and then decided to do this. Ready? Comes stock with a case like any other AZ Premium, and it's a good case. I like these cases. They rip up on the inside a little bit. There it is. Fresh whammy bar. Oh, it's all wrapped up. Of course it is. Oh, gotta make this even more. Without going any further, hold on. I did this one up custom. This did not come like this, okay? But out of the gate, this is the new one. Has a darker fretboard though. They might as well have called this the Jimmy Franklin model. Like, come on. Martin Miller has his AZ, the first, the MM1, and then he had the one after that that has the SSH, which is basically the same idea. It's so simple, Ibanez. Now remember, this guitar was sent over from our friends at Sweetwater, which means there will be a link in the description box below for you to go check out any other information that I might have missed. For example, I forget what the price of this guitar is. I think it's $13.99 or it's $12.99. It's one of the two. Click the link below, come back and tell me. This seems so silly for me to like this guitar this much. I know a lot of people are just like, I don't get it. Why is it such a big deal? It's a big deal because it has gold hardware. Like, you can do so much with this guitar as a platform. It feels absolutely wonderful. Fret job is perfect right out of the gate. Brand new set of Goto locking tuners. 22 frets as opposed to this guy, which has 24 frets. It looks like it might be tight enough grain to be ebony. Of course, we have the roasted maple neck, the new set of Goto locking tuners, stainless steel jumbo frets. Here's a few things that are special to Ibanez that I really like. This is a custom version of the Goto 510, basically, for the most part. This one is not the one with the titanium saddles that's on the Prestige, but super noiseless and super stable. Little thing that, as an old school Ibanez lover, my first Ibanez was a 1980, either an 83 or an 87 Roadstar 2, and that's something that sported the Ibanez speed knobs with these rubber grommets around the top. Is it kind of silly to make a big deal out of that? Yes, but is it something that I really like to see? 1000%. I like the big knobs in general, and I just think they look like classic Ibanez features. It's really cool. And this is where we veer away now from the classic Ibanez world, and that is that this does come with the custom Seymour Duncans. And that, hands down, to me is the best part of the Ibanez AZ line because I was someone who always loved Ibanez and the way they played, especially younger me. I always loved the way Ibanez is played, but I was never a big DiMarzio fan. And DiMarzios they're great pickups, but they're kind of synonymous with Ibanez. So when I heard that they were making an Ibanez that had Seymour Duncans in it, I got giddy because that's been my favorite guitar pickup for my whole life. And of course, I've said a million times that I love a matching headstock. I think matching headstocks look absolutely phenomenal. My one big critique, and something that I think it's silly that they didn't do, can you guess I do think it's silly that they didn't put the white binding, but you know what? We're getting there. This is all a step in the best direction. Let's go check it out on the guitar cam. You pick up an Ibanez AZ, you go right to position 4, you go to the guitar cam, and you just go. This guitar sounds exactly like what I want this guitar to sound like. I love the SSH that they do. Keep in mind, all of the 24 fret AZs with the 2 humbuckers have the coil split. At this point, it's pretty common knowledge that they have the Dynamix 10 switch on the 24 fret AZs. And this is usually, I believe this is the Dynamix 9 switch, right? Just less configurations because, like, one less configuration because there's not a humbucker here, but 9 pickup configurations, which is totally sweet. And you can even like blend them in ways that kind of make you sound beefier, like you have a humbucker in the neck a little bit. It's really just, it's 22 frets, which puts this pickup in the right place sonically, which is really important. So it sounds even more stratty for like versatility's sake. Like I can get that guitar to sound very stratty, but this sounds like really authentically stratty, which is really cool. Like, let me see if I do something like this. Let's see. Uber stratage. Ready? Let's do it again. Oh, this guitar just makes me want to play all sorts of different ways. Like, I can even do this. Hold on. Or like this. If that wasn't proof enough that these guitars are absolutely phenomenal and do everything that you want, that's the whole thing. I think that's the point, at least. The AZ, it plays everything from A to Z. Again, that guitar comes with me when I don't know what I'm walking into. If I don't know what I need to do, it's coming with me because I know that it handles anything. And this just looks so classic Ibanez to me in so many ways. Let's hear it shred really quick. I just got totally lost in playing the guitar. Now, something to think about that for me, I would just go right to the Prestige anyway in this case, which as much as I like this guitar right now, these dots on the side here, there they are. These dots glow in the dark. As you can tell right now, looking at this is very important. They're not hard to see when I'm in a well-lit room. When I'm teaching all day, this is not hard to see. When I'm in a studio, these are not hard to see. But if I'm on a dark stage, they glow, which is also not hard to see. However, in the daylight outside with sunglasses on, I can't see them. This was a problem that I had with this one. They're just too dark for me. I actually replaced them with the real Luminlays. I bought them from the company and had my guy just inlay them. So it's something to think about. The Prestiges come with the real Luminlays, so they're nice and bright like in the daytime. And now let's say you are torn between something like the AZ Premium or the AZ Prestige, the big boy. I have a video right here that you have to watch.